Welcome to Ewa Beach Golf Club in Hawaii. This was a very fun course in excellent condition. I opted to golf here instead of the more well known Royal Hawaiian, mainly because I was talked out of it by a golf store owner that hooked me up with a cheaper green fee at Ewa Beach. And I'm glad I went. We'll plan for Royal Hawaiian on my next visit. By the way, do you know how a cat likes their steak cooked? Rare. Starting off with a 383 yard par 4 and using my 4 hybrid for the tee shot. Now, this is just straight out of the car, no practice swings, which is why I opted not to use driver here. Quite a big push to the right, landing near the small hill by the trees. Now, one of the things I noticed about Ewa Beach is that there are a ton of trees. And you can see I already have some tree trouble. So that was a solid punch shot, but just didn't get it low enough, hitting that branch there. 137 yards out for my third shot on an awkward lie, but I go ahead and actually hit a decent shot with my pitching wedge, ending up on the green for a chance to make par. A pretty good attempt for my first lag putt of the day, and I wasn't able to practice putting before my round either, so we'll see how that goes for the rest of the round. I go ahead and sink that putt in for an opening round 2-putt bogey. Hole number 2 is another par 4, relatively straightforward, just try not to hook it because of that tree on the left. My drive went dead straight, but I skied it up a mile, losing a ton of yardage. 190 yards away from my second shot, now I hit a pretty crisp 6-iron that ended up fading a bit. Now if it hadn't, I think it could have gone on the green with the rollout, but it got caught on the rough on the right side. Now, short chips are my nemesis, so really happy with that chip. Now you can disregard my putting here, you know it'll be short. Let's just enjoy the beautiful background and those cool avatar looking trees. So that is back-to-back 2-putt bogeys. That's a pretty good start for me. On hole 3 I got scared of the big tree on the left, so I went with the 4 hybrid again. That low flight fade seems to be the usual for my 4 hybrid. The ball landed on the fairway, but right on the sand-filled divot, so I fully blame that for this mishit 9-iron, not because of my swing mechanics. Here comes another scary shot, chipping onto the green, but I once again manage another decent chip, ending up just about 4 to 5 feet from the hole. And there I happily take a 1-putt for the par. Feeling really good after that par, now at the first par 5 of the course, and I send my drive to the right rough. Also, those specks you see across the camera isn't rain, but a whole bunch of, flies or some sort of bug. So the ball ends up in a tough spot, ball is well below my feet, but I managed to get it through the top of the trees with my 7-iron. Now I can't recall why I didn't just punch it through below, but either way, I managed to land in the fairway with just 84 yards to the pin. Nice and easy approach with my 56 degree here. It does end up heading to the right of my target line, but happy to be on the green. Now here's my chance at birdie, roughly 9 or 10 feet or so. I end up coming up a bit short, but I think the target line was a bit off anyway, so in either case, back-to-back pars. Yippee! But of course, like Soup Plantation, nothing good lasts forever. Case in point, hole number 5. The way I play this hole shows you the trouble with Ewa Beach. If you're not in the fairway, you're pretty much on some sort of hill, next to or under trees. And because of the trees, you just have to either lay up or punch out constantly. Hopefully you can punch out better than I can. So after a shank and no line whatsoever, I take my medicine and chip back out to the fairway and almost kill another bird. Now I have to contend with another tree for my approach. My pitching wedge sails to the right yet again. That seems to be the miss for me today. Now dealing with a greenside chip, my arch enemy, and it bests me again. And the ball ends up well past the hole. Now that was a valiant effort putt to try and save double bogey. But hole number 5 proceeds to be a blow-up hole as I take a triple. Now let's just take a moment to cleanse that disgusting triple from the previous hole. Now that we are cleansed and relaxed, let us. Oh boy, the shank attack is back. After that horrendous tee shot, I just gotta treat this like a long par 3 from here on out. I hit a nice layup with my 9 iron that does happen to go left a bit. Kind of a side point here, but I want to know your thoughts on this tip that you hear quite often, which is to always just aim for the center of the green on your approach shots. I guess I sort of agree with that. I think it's kind of situational. I think I would rather be conservative on a second shot layup than my approach shot. I guess just taking the thought process out and aiming for the center is nice and will help the goal of just getting on the green. But depending on the hole location, I feel like a really long putt also has a really high chance of adding strokes. Now, I'm probably wrong with my opinion, which is probably another reason why I am a high handicapper. Now, super proud of myself there. I can't believe I got away with just a bogey after that opening shank. Got another par 3 here, hoping to replicate my success on the previous par 3. Yeah, I was not happy with that chip because it was a bit of a mishit, but it actually ended up in a really great spot. And wow, really surprised myself with that one. I knew I definitely got away with that because that was prime 2 putt territory for me. Coming up on the last hole of the front 9, par 5, 451 yards. Hit a good drive with what has become my regular driver shot shape, which is a fade. I can only imagine and dream what a draw would look and feel like. I decide to lay up here with my 7 iron. I just want to be in that 100 to 125 yard range for my approach shot. I push it a bit to the right, but it still ends up on the fairway with a clear shot to the green. Just want a nice smooth pitching wedge here, but I end up hitting it, surprise, fat. It ends up a bit short, but still on the green, though it's quite a distance to the pin. Technically putting for birdie, but not even thinking about that. Just want to lag this close so I can finish the front 9 with another par. A great effort on that putt and leaves me in a decent position to par this hole. But I was a bit too tentative and pushed my putt to the right, so I'll take a tap in bogey to end the front 9. It's kind of funny. I remember playing that day and feeling like I wasn't playing that well at all, especially after the blow up triple on hole number 5. But I was pleasantly surprised that I ended up being just 7 over on the front 9. That is definitely not the norm for me. Now I'm feeling pretty happy about my game here. I got a good feeling about the back 9. I can't possibly revert back to my terrible self, right? Right, guys? Huh?